Riley Brown here with GoAZCats.com senior editor Matt Moreno. Matt, when we talked last week, Darrell Clark wasn't committed, but it's a new week, sun's out, and he is committed to Arizona. What does he bring to this team?
Well, obviously he brings in another receiver to add to the depth with that group, but I think the other thing he brings is some versatility. I asked Rich Rodriguez before the season ended how much they look for versatility, guys they can move to other positions when they're out on the recruiting trail, and he mentioned that's one of the first things they really look for. With Darrell Clark, he'll come in as a receiver, but there's always that potential he could play cornerback if Arizona ever really needs him to. He's done it before, and so it's a good add for Arizona late in the class.
Clark is one of two guys from his high school in this class, along with Kendall Franklin, but there's still that third guy in Arthur McGinnis. How much does this impact his decision now?
Ultimately, I don't think it will. I don't think it'll have a great effect on it, but I'm sure it doesn't hurt knowing that he's got a couple teammates a couple guys he already knows pretty well that would be waiting to play with him here at Arizona. This group overall from Warren Easton School in New Orleans, they've been pretty hands-off with in terms of kind of deciding and leaving their other teammates alone when they make their decisions. I'm sure they're putting in a good word for Arizona, but I think they're rolling with whatever he wants to decide, and I'm sure they're not putting a ton of pressure on him to come to Arizona.
If McGinnis does commit to Arizona, that would make for 7 guys in this class from Louisiana. What's the pull from Louisiana to Tucson?
Well, right now it's Calvin McGee. Arizona's co-offensive coordinator, works with the running backs as well. He has some ties to Louisiana, and he's built a great relationship with a lot of these guys, with all these guys actually. And I know from talking to all of them, they all mention him and say that he's a big influence on why they're coming out here and making that long trip from Louisiana to Tucson and to live for the next 4 or 5 years. And he's been a big factor in this happening, and Arizona wants to build a pipeline to that state. It's a state that's rich and heavy in recruits, and a lot of guys can come from that area, and Arizona wants to make that an area that they recruit well, and this class has done that.
All right, thank you, Matt. As always, you can keep checking back with us up until that final signing day on February 4th. For GoAZCats.com, I'm Riley Brown.